I'm Shay Russell for mining.com.au, and back on my screens for 2025 is Mike Jones, the Managing Director of Impact Minerals. Mike, it's great to see you again. How are you?
Yes, great to be here, and we had a very relaxing couple of weeks off. We're back at it now, although I will say I'm off to Japan for a week's skiing at the end of the month, so this is an interim period of hard work before we get to the real fun.
Do you know, Mike, I didn't realise there's a rivalry between us because I'm a snowboarder and I've just found out you're a skier, and thus our friendship ends here. So let's get down to business. We didn't get a chance to touch base before the end of the year, and I know Impact Minerals had an incredible year with their Lake Hope High-Purity Aluminium project. Can you sort of recap that year for us?
Yeah, certainly. We made significant progress on the pre-feasibility study for Lake Hope, which, as you almost said, is high purity alumina, and from the that's right, which is a project 500 kilometres east of Perth, from where I am right now. And viewers might recall that we're looking to mine the top 2 metres of a salt lake out in the middle of nowhere and truck it into Kwinana, which is the industrial area in Perth, build a plant, process it there, and then look to sell our products into a wide range of high-tech industries around the world. So pre-feasibility studies, look, they're not the sexiest thing, as I like to say, as we're going around, but we've had a lot of success. We've been ticking things. It's really like a jigsaw puzzle, and people might have seen my picture of the jigsaw puzzle. There's things happening at the mine, the proposed processing plant, there's test work still going on, and then there's marketing. Those are the 4 key pillars there. So a quick recap, on the mining side, we've done a lot of mining studies. We've actually lodged the mining lease, our inaugural mining lease there, and that is all going ahead. There's further environmental surveys to do and some heritage work, but really we've ticked off a lot of the boxes which should lead to that mining lease being granted relatively quickly. From the processing side, we've completed or getting close to completing the engineering studies on our large-scale plant, which we hope to produce 10,000 tonnes per annum of HPA from. So CPC Engineering, they are our engineering group. It's great work. And then the third pillar is the test work. And there's obviously a relationship between those. The results of the test work feeds into the design for the process plant. And one of the big other news items that we had last year towards the end of the year was the award of the federal government grant, $2.9 million, basically, between ourselves, Edith Cowan University and CPC Engineering, which will help fund the pilot plant, which we'll talk about for 2025. And then lastly, on the marketing front, we employed a gentleman, Joseph Casella. He's come on board to drive our marketing strategy. And Joseph came to us from Tianqi Lithium, where he was their commercial manager, and has made great strides in understanding the marketplace and where our niche is going to be that we will exploit as we go forward. So, yeah, all in all, it was a great year, and looking forward very much to 2025.
Well, that's a perfect place to kick off the second part of today's conversation. Enormous progress for 2024. Tell me, how do you even top that for this year?
Well, look, we're aiming to finish the pre-feasibility study towards the end of this quarter. It was a little bit delayed, but that's nothing to do with us. Despite the sort of the downturn in the industry, and certainly in terms of the share prices of many companies last year, everyone is still very busy. So actually getting consultants and contractors to give us reports and costings and stuff has proved a little bit tricky. And we don't normally scream at people, but they've been very understanding. And so look, we're getting all of that data together. So towards the end of this quarter, pre-fees will be out. In tandem with that, we have already commenced the research project that we mentioned, and we're looking to build our pilot plant for that. We have a very much clear understanding from customers and potential clients that until we've got that pilot plant built, people really won't take us seriously. It's pointless just giving us some sample, and then we'll say, well, we'll get back to you in 6 months or a year with a larger batch. That's a pointless exercise and a waste of our time and a waste of the customer's time. So the first 6 months of this year are going to be very focused on trying to get that pilot plant up and running. And then the back end of the year, we'll be able to produce material in reasonable quantities, sort of kilos of material to give to potential clients for qualification and offtake. So those are the 2 sort of key goals going forward, as well as obviously completing the pre-feasibility study. So that'll see us make some great strides this year.
It certainly will. Listen, Mike, I should let you get back to it. There is a lot of work to be done. Thank you so much for being here today, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
That's great to be here again, Shay, and I'm sure we'll see a lot of you this year.